Welcome, observers of the human condition and architects of the modern myth. You have arrived at Anything You Want, the only digital sanctuary where we refuse to consume the celebrity narrative as mere fast food. Instead, we sit at the table of truth, dissecting the complex emotional banquets served beneath the blinding lights of fame. Here, a video is never just a video, it is a window into the soul of an era. Before we unravel the digital storm that has just engulfed the Turkish entertainment world, I invite you to anchor yourself in our community, subscribe to the channel to ensure you never miss a chapter of these unfolding sagas, press the like button to signal your presence to the algorithm, and for those who wish to be the true patrons of this storytelling art, I urge you to click the join button. By becoming a member, you are not just a viewer. You are a guardian of deep, investigative storytelling. Today, we are looking at a seismic shift in the landscape of celebrity privacy. Hande Erçel and Kerem Bürsin, names that carry the weight of empires in the world of Turkish drama, have shattered the glass ceiling of public intimacy. With a series of short, unfiltered, and deeply personal videos shared on social media, they have done more than just trend, they have ignited a cultural war. Millions of views in hours. A fan base divided between euphoria and moral outrage. And a single question hanging over the chaos: is this the ultimate act of sincere love, or a dangerous overexposure that threatens to consume them? Stay with us, here on Anything You Want, as we decode the kiss that stopped the scrolling world. To understand the magnitude of what transpired over the last 24 hours, we must first appreciate the context of silence that usually governs the elite echelons of stardom. In an industry built on carefully curated images, where every smile is rehearsed and every photo is filtered to perfection, raw intimacy is a rare and volatile currency. Fans are accustomed to the polished red carpet version of love, the posed hand-holding, the strategic glances, the PR-approved captions. But what Hande Erçel and Kerem Bürsin offered the world was something radically different. The videos dropped without warning. There was no press release, no teaser campaign. Just sudden, unadulterated access to their private world. The footage, captured with the shaky, authentic lens of a smartphone, showed moments of profound closeness, a lingering kiss, a shared laugh, the kind of magnetic pull that usually exists only behind closed doors. Within minutes, the digital universe erupted. The view counters on Instagram and Twitter spun like slot machines hitting the jackpot, reaching millions before the sun had even set. The immediacy of the reaction was blinding. For the millions of fans who have followed their journey from on-screen partners to real-life lovers, this was the holy grail of content. It was a validation of their emotional investment. But for others, it was a shock to the system. The sheer naturalness and sincerity of the scenes, which lacked the glossy veneer of a magazine shoot, made the intimacy feel almost voyeuristic. It felt less like a post and more like a leak. And therein lies the controversy. I pause here to ask you, the discerning viewers of Anything You Want, where do you draw the line? Do you feel closer to a celebrity when they share these raw moments, or do you feel like you are intruding on something that should remain sacred? Is there such a thing as too much honesty? Share your stance in the comments below. The backlash, when it arrived, was sharp and specifically demographic. Hande Erçel possesses one of the most formidable digital empires in the world, with a follower count that rivals the population of small countries. A significant portion of this demographic is young, impressionable, passionate, and deeply protective. While the core fanbase flooded the comments with heart emojis and declarations of couple goals, a vocal minority began to sound the alarm. The criticism was not about the love itself, but about the display of it. This level of intimacy shouldn't be public, one user wrote, a sentiment that was echoed thousands of times in various phrasings. There was a sense of discomfort, a feeling that the veil had been lifted too high. This reaction highlights a fascinating paradox in modern fandom. We demand authenticity from our idols, we beg them to be real. Yet, when they deliver a reality that is raw, passionate, and unabashedly adult, we recoil. We label it unnecessary or exaggerated. Why? perhaps because it disrupts the fantasy. It reminds us that these are flesh and blood humans with desires and private lives that exist outside the scripts we love. Critics, including some conservative columnists and social media pundits, seized on this discomfort. They argued that celebrities have a responsibility to their younger followers, a duty to maintain a certain boundary of decorum. They framed the videos not as acts of love, but as lapses in judgment. Headlines like "a bad example for young people" began to populate news feeds, turning a romantic gesture into a moral panic. As the initial shockwave settles, the conversation has shifted to the intent behind the posts. In the entertainment world, nothing is accidental. Every post is a move on a chessboard. This has led to a fierce debate between the cynics and the romantics. The cynical view, championed by marketing experts and industry insiders, suggests that this was a calculated maneuver. In an era where engagement is the only metric that matters, what generates more engagement than a scandal of intimacy? By sharing these videos, Hande and Kerem effectively monopolized the national conversation. They became the trending topic, pushing aside political news, economic updates, and other celebrity gossip. From a branding perspective, it was a masterstroke. It solidified their status as the it couple, keeping them relevant and highly visible in a crowded market. However, to view this solely through the lens of strategy is to perhaps ignore the human element that made the videos go viral in the first place, the undeniable chemistry. Supporters argue that the videos resonated precisely because they didn't feel staged. They felt like an overflow of emotion, a moment of happiness that was too big to keep inside. The hashtag #HandeKerem became a digital monument to this perspective. Young fans, in particular, championed the couple's right to love out loud. "They don't need to hide their love," became the rallying cry. For this generation, transparency is not a flaw, it is a virtue. They saw the videos not as a marketing strategy, but as a rebellion against the stuffy, secretive norms of the past. If this deep dive into the psychology of celebrity branding and the ethics of sharing is resonating with you, please take a moment to ensure you are subscribed to Anything You Want. And if you want to support our team in researching and writing these in-depth narratives, the most powerful way to do so is by hitting that join button. Your membership allows us to keep the lights on and the stories flowing. Thank you for being the heartbeat of this channel. Experts in digital sociology are pointing to this incident as a textbook case of the celebrity paradox. Sharing private moments on social media offers a powerful advantage. It builds a parasocial bond that is stronger than steel. When fans feel they have been invited into the bedroom or the living room of their idols, their loyalty deepens. They feel like friends, not just consumers. This bond is what allows stars like Hande and Kerem to maintain their dominance even when they are not on screen. But the disadvantage is equally potent. By opening the door, they have removed the lock. When you invite the world in to celebrate your kisses, you also invite them in to critique your relationship. You become a direct target. If the relationship falters, if a breakup occurs, these videos will be weaponized. They will be analyzed frame by frame for signs of cracking. The couple has effectively voluntarily stepped into a panopticon where they are watched from every angle. The criticism regarding overexposure is valid. Is there anything left for just the two of them? In a world where everything is content, does the sanctity of the private moment erode? These are the questions that Hande and Kerem are forcing us to ask. Interestingly, the fallout from these videos was not entirely serious or critical. The internet, in its infinite creativity, responded with humor. The intimacy of the videos became fuel for meme culture. Captions playfully analyzing the technique of the kisses, edits setting the clips to dramatic music, and reaction videos of fans fainting from the romance flooded platforms like TikTok and Instagram. This layer of reaction is crucial because it softens the controversy. It turns the scandal into a shared cultural moment, a global inside joke. The couple's fun and creative way of sharing, perhaps using filters, music, or playful angles, invited this participation. It showed that they don't take themselves too seriously, which disarms some of the harsher critics. It transforms the narrative from shocking scandal to viral sensation. What comes next? That is the question on everyone's lips. The tabloid press is currently in a frenzy, camping out on the couple's digital doorstep, waiting for the follow-up. Will they double down and share more? Will they issue an apology to the concerned parents? Or will they simply ignore the noise and continue to live their lives at full volume? The silence from the couple in the immediate aftermath is deafening. It creates a vacuum of curiosity. Some fans support their sincerity and urge them to ignore the haters. Others continue to voice disapproval, demanding a return to more traditional, guarded celebrity behavior. This incident has likely set a precedent. Other celebrities are watching. If Hande and Kerem can survive this intimacy storm and emerge with their brand stronger, we may see a wave of similar content from other stars. If they suffer a long-term backlash, we may see a return to the era of secrecy. But one thing is certain, the image of Hande Erçel and Kerem Bürsin has been irrevocably altered. They are no longer just the characters they play on TV. They are complex, provocative, modern figures who are rewriting the rules of engagement. They have shown us that in 2025, the most revolutionary thing a famous couple can do is simply be human, in high definition, for the whole world to see. As the debate rages on and the view count continues to climb, we are left to ponder our own role in this spectacle. We clicked. We watched. We judged. We are the audience for whom this play was performed, whether it was scripted or improvised. Hande and Kerem have given us a mirror. When we look at their intimacy and feel shock, or joy, or anger, we are seeing a reflection of our own values, our own boundaries, and our own hunger for connection in a digital age. This story is far from over. It is merely the opening scene of a new act in the drama of their lives. And rest assured, whatever happens next, we will be here to analyze it, to deconstruct it, and to understand it. Thank you for journeying with us through this digital storm here on Anything You Want. If this deep dive touched your mind or sparked a debate in your home, please like the video and share it with your fellow observers. We are curious, do you think Hande and Kerem crossed a line, or are they simply pioneers of a new, honest celebrity culture? Tell us your verdict in the comments below. And finally, a reminder to click that join button to support independent, deep dive storytelling. Until the next story unfolds, remember, everything you see is a story, and here, we read between the lines.